¿Qué tal, mis amigos? Welcome to my channel. Please support your local food bank, Drug and Alcohol Center. So if you're new to my channel, I am a Christian street pastor, outreach worker. I do it 6 days a week, and on my free time, I do social media videos. And I thought to myself, oh boy, got this on the screen. You got my screen share. Now, we'll close this up. We will go to my channel. And I thought to myself, that was just my oven. I cooked a double batch of chicken last night, threw it in the oven, and I thought to myself, since it's heating up, I was watching a YouTube channel. I'll show you the source. This guy. And he's got on here a, this says here, DEF-CON level, the DEF-CON. And I thought to myself, if you want to watch his video, I'll put it in the description. We'll see if anybody shows up. And let me put this in the comments. So I figured to myself, I was looking on the website. There, I threw it in my comments. And I thought, oh boy, where did it go? Oh, it's right here. All right, so I was looking at this. I thought it was quite interesting. So I thought I'd let my viewers, we're a little community of people. Hello, if you're watching this on the restream, hit the like button. And I'm taking a bit of a, where's my thumbnail? Well, where's my channel? Well, let's look at this really quick. This is DEF-CON-3. This is an interesting website. Now, it's open source because the official DEF-CON, we can look at this. And if you're unaware of what's happening right now with the economy, this is a Forbes magazine. Institutions are coming. This is the debt clock. The $35 trillion. We're going to look at some of the current events, what's happening in the wars, and some updates. This institutes are coming. 35 trillion US dollar collapse predicted to trigger a Bitcoin price boom. So they're pushing the Bitcoin on that article. And this is Market Watch. So we can look at some of this. The Dow is up today. Gold's at 2,500. Oil's at 74. But I didn't want to look at this. I want to look at, this is a US debt. $35 trillion. We can look at that. But this here is a open source intelligence, and I thought it was very interesting because according to them, 2024 current estimated DEF-CON level is at 3. So the raised level, is this a history? Current events. There's a way of doing the history on this. Levels. If you don't know what the DEF-CON levels are, DEF-CON 1 meaning is like, I think DEF-CON 1, also called crooked pistol. DEF-CON 1 is white collar alert system, a maximum readiness condition level that was created in 1959 by the Joint Chiefs of Staff, the United States. My family's in the United States. I'm a Canadian. But somewhere on here we have, where is it? There's a history of the DEF-CONs. So we'll look at that in a second. But the current DEF-CON gives us some of these updates, and I thought it was very interesting. Because if you're unaware of what's happening in the world right now, this was just updated. So last change, February 2020. So back in 2022, they raised it to DEF-CON 3. And live DEF-CON news. Here it is here. Do you see this? Updated. Updated. Lisa's in the house on Facebook. Hello, Lisa. Que Dios te bendiga. Good morning. Or good afternoon. Good evening. I threw my chicken in the oven. We're going to read this together. If you're welcome to hang out. What is DEF-CON? Being a Yorkshire. Last, never heard of it before, eh? Hey, Christine. I don't know too much about it, eh? Here in Canada, eh? Take off on the accent, eh? But here in Canada, we've heard of the DEF-CON, but usually it's with the the funny accent, eh? The DEF-CON is, so if you want to learn that first, I want to look at this because this was just updated. Right here, right? The DEF-CON. Where's this updated? Do you see that? 8/23/2024. So we'll read the first one, and then we'll do a little brief description of the DEF-CON. Ukraine, Russian, the nuclear plant on the verge of blackout. So we can look that up right now on Google. So this came out 15 hours ago. Nuclear power plant on verge of blackout due to Russian attack. Ukraine's largest electricity producer. So we're praying for the war in Ukraine and Russia in Jesus' holy precious name. They're under attack. All right, so we'll close this up. And Europe's largest nuclear plant. So this was just updated. Germany, NATO bases raised alert due to a potential threat. So with my computer, I can go like this. So this just came out 14 hours. So this looks like a very credible website for updates. Maybe I'll come back to this. And I also have another website I follow. This is the cyber attacks. If you're unaware of, this is a cyber threat map. The cyber threat map, of course, gives us a picture of what is happening in the world when it comes to, like it's cyber warfare. So each one of these little lines, shoom, 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 are like cyber attacks, right? And you can see this is Europe, where there's a lot going on right now in the world with the cyber world. And that's why it's always good if you have to be preparing for some type of blackout. This is where you see that right there. I don't know, my computer's kind of slow right now. Right there. You see, wait a sec. I don't know, right there. Right there. Do you see that right there? That's me. All right, that's me right there. All right, because that's I'm in Canada. So that's a cyber threat alert. Now to answer your question, what is the DEF-CON? What is the DEF-CON? Oh, this is so we're gonna do a video. And how do we do this? A DEF-CON current alert flashes, raise, news, current, about. So this is it. I left a link in the, I'll leave a link in the description if you want to come read this. I'll put it inside the, it says here, the alerts, United States combat, this is the world globe, current DEF-CON levels, but where does it say the level? Here it is here, the levels. Official DEF-CON level ranges from a scale from 1, white color, to 5, color blue. DEF-CON levels 1 through 4 mean an elevated condition status. The alert level 5 means a current state of peace. All right, so we were aiming for level 5. Or a low level of military readiness and alertness. So there's peace in the world, DEF-CON 5. All right, and 1, of course, is extreme readiness for all-out war. And all right, so here's the current, and currently they've changed it to DEF-CON 3. Now I did find a way of, there's a history button, current, raised, maybe that's it. That's not it. Levels, alert, current. There's a way of doing changes. There it is there. All right, so this is the history. So if you get an idea, currently they're reporting that they're in DEF-CON 3. It's open source intelligence. This is this is DEF-CON level website, so it's not an official in any means, but I checked Wikipedia and some other sources, and they're looking like they're pretty reliable. DEF-CON 3 since September 11th. So since September 11th, that's 9/11. We got a few people watching. Scary times, yes. Hello, Miss Terry. Hello, Christine. Great, I'll take a look. Right on, Christine. So, thanks for everyone who stopped in. Now, the DEF-CON 3, this was back in September 9/11. That's when that happened. Now, the only time in DEF-CON 2 was 1991, and the reason was, what happened? DEF-CON 2 change reason. So you can click that. I don't know why it's not working. But there it is there. January, the Gulf, sorry, there it is there. The Gulf War. Do you see that? Take this off the screen. And then, of course, 1976, Operation Paul Bunyan. That was at a level of level 3. And then we have all the way back to October 1973, the This is where the United States has been on level 3. The Cuban Missile Crisis, level 2. So that's kind of like the history, that going all the way back to 1962. So these are really serious times, according to this open source, because all the way back, the current level is at 20, from 2024 is DEF-CON-3. And this last change, they've been at DEF-CON-3 since 2022. All right. So, and this has got the updates. So I want to look at a few of these updates. The China-Taiwan war, of course. Taiwan Ministry of Defense, Taiwanese forces recently conducted joint sea defense drill and launched missiles to demonstrate the capacity. So when did this happen? It's 14 hours ago. So this website looks like it's very up to date, and I have left a link in the description if you want to come check this out. I'm just warming up my dinner tonight, and I thought I'd come live and show you this, read it together. But Taiwan president rejects China's rule of freedom. Reuters. It reminds me of Barry Wunsch. Barry's claiming that Taiwan will be the catalyst. Barry Wunsch is a false prophet in Canada, and he's claiming that he flew into secret meetings with Taiwan, and Taiwan will spark a worldwide revival type theology. But we don't think too much of Barry on my channel, because he's also claiming he's time traveling with the secret JFK files. But he's very popular here in Canada, and it's all connected to, where's my video? My title of my video, of course, is, we'll look at some more of this in a second. This is, here's my, my video is titled, False Prophets, 35 Trillion, DEF-CON-3, and Lawlessness. We'll look at the lawlessness too. There's crazy things happening in this world right now, and we'll see how this video goes, if I get enough people liking and sharing, or if I have some positive feedback. Maybe I'll do some more current events in the evenings before I eat my dinner. So China and Taiwan's going on. We have the U.S. Yemen. So let's see what's in the news right now with the Yemen. So we're gonna, fire breaks out. This is 7 hours ago. Abandoned Greek flagged oil tanker. Fire breaks out in abandoned Greek flagged oil tanker. That Yemen rebels, look at this, Yemen rebels attacked in the Red Sea. So we're praying for the people on this ship, for sure, on my channel. Dubai, United Arab Emirates, fire broke out on Wednesday on a Greek-flagged oil tanker. So I think I'll probably be coming back to this website. If they do updates, this is a great instrument for me to be able to keep up on current events. I just found this out today. Israel, we're keeping Israel, absolutely. Okay, this is... I've been monitoring this. Major enforcement operation in Guatemala. Security arrests and human smuggling incident by Joint Task Force Alpha links to a 2022 mass casualty event in Texas. Wow. So let's take a look at this. What's going on with this? Major enforcement operation. So, this is 1 day ago, major enforcement operation in Guatemala. This is the official U.S. Public Affairs of the U.S. Department of Justice. Major enforcement operations in Guatemala. Security arrest of human smuggling incident in Joint Task Force. So there's a lot going on right now. I don't have the audio for this, but this looks like... So they arrested Roberto. This network, 4 more arrested in a tractor. So I'm just looking at some of the current events right now. U.S. Department of Homeland Security on Wednesday, extensive coordination and collaboration between DHS, Justice Department, domestic international partners result in major enforcement operation, dismantling human. All right, network based in Guatemala. U.S. Department of Justice major enforcement operation in Guatemala, Israel Habon, related to Air Force aircraft. Okay, so this is deployed in the Hezbollah terror. Wow. So I was unaware of this either. I'm just looking into the news today. I've been on my street outreach all day. Let's see if this is. We'll look at Twitter as well. Let me take a look at this. So this is it here. This is the Israel War Room. 329 subscribers. IDF Arabic language spoken. Guys, if you care for yourself and the loved ones, take advantage of this and move to the south. Kunyanis. So since we're on Twitter, I follow this guy, Steve, Agenda Free, and there has been one of these. I gotta be careful on my so much unrest. Hi Lee, how you doing? God bless you, Lee. God bless you. Debbie's on Facebook as well. God bless you guys. Thanks for stopping in to watch. Paul says that I hope that you understand much of the news is fabricated to create fear in government. Well, I agree that their news is very biased wherever you get it, and that's why it's important that... Well, I agree. The news is very biased, and it's important to... This is a guy that does agenda-free news, and you have to be so careful. This is official BNO news station, and with an official 494,000 followers. And it says here they're reporting 3 people. So I have to be careful with what I say on the internet because I'll get flagged down. So I'm just going to update it. 3 people were injured and this in the attack. So we're praying for their family and everybody involved, as well as the law enforcement that are involved with this. There was also another thing. There was do you see this? CNN was struck with a blackout 3 minutes during the Wilmer speech. So that's what we were talking about. The what is this here? Volcano erupts in Iceland, which is another. Here it is here. The ferry was reporting fuel tankers. The Russian ferry ablaze in the port of, I don't know how to say that, Kavaka, after a successful Ukrainian Navy Neptune cruise missile strike right here. So that's going on right now. And let's look at a little bit more news. And that's it. I just wanted to come on. We'll read the Bible in a second. In fact, the Bible is very clear that Jesus warned us, saying, for this must take place. All right, you will hear wars, rumors of wars. See that you're not alarmed. Don't be alarmed, for this must take place. Nation will rise up against nation, kingdom against kingdom. There will be famines, earthquakes, in various all these are but the beginning of birth pains. Worldwide persecution. They'll be delivered up for tribulation, put to death, and they will be hated by all nations for my name's sakes, and then many will fall away, betray one another, and hate one another. On my channel, I focus on false prophets, internet false prophets and apostles. But this is all Bible prophecy in the last days. False prophets will lead many astray. And that's what a false prophet does, is they lead you astray. And of course, on my channel, I put on the screen the Bible and show that these are nothing more than occultists claiming Christianity. As soon as you go down the road of Googling omens or your Walmart receipt or your license plate or your speedometer trying to get a secret message from God, you're doing omen interpretation, the dates and times and seasons and dreams ciphered through a eclipse or a horoscope, you are leading people astray. You're a false prophet. God doesn't speak to you. You can't hear the voice of God. And what they're doing is a fulfillment of the Bible. In Timothy, it says that for the time will come when people will not endure sound teaching, but having itching ears. Well, that's Timothy, but we also, Timothy, is it 3? I think it's 3. For peoples will be lovers of self, proud. Well, here it is. This is godliness in the last days. We can read this. But understand this, that in the last days, there will be times of difficulties. For people will be lovers of self, lovers of money, proud, arrogant, abusive, disobedient to their parents, ungrateful, unholy, heartless, unpleasable, slanderous, without self-control, brutal, not loving good, treacherous, reckless, swollen with conceit, Lovers of pleasure rather than lovers of God, having an appearance of godliness, but denying its power. Avoid such people. From among them are those who creep into household and capture weak women, burdened with sin and led astray by various passions, always learning but never able to arriving at the knowledge of the truth. Just as Jannes and Jambres opposed Moses, so these men oppose the truth. That's typically what I expose on my channel as the false prophets, false apostles. They are enemies of God. They are enemies of the truth. Right? They are men corrupt in the mind and disqualified regarding the faith, but they won't get very far, for their folly will be plain for all, as it was for those two men. And then we have all scriptures God breathed these for teaching, rebuking, correcting in righteousness. So the man of God be thoroughly equipped for every good work. 17 right there. All right. All scripture, 16 and 17. All right. And let's go back to this. I thought it was an interesting, I'm going to actually archive this. So if we can come back, name, bookmark bar. I'm going to bookmark this website. I'll put it in the description one more time. If you want to bookmark it yourself, it looks like it's a good resource for what's happening in the world. I put it in the description. You're welcome to come check it out. IDF struck. Oh, I didn't know this either. See, I'm behind on the news. I've been on the street all day. So this is pretty serious. Oh, this is 4 days ago. All right, so I did. So we're watching what's happening right now with Hezbollah, Israel, Russia, Ukraine, and I'm keeping everybody in prayer. All the civilians that are getting harmed in these horrible situation, what's happening with these wars. And we're praying for peace in the Middle East on my channel, holding everyone in prayer. Russia, Ukraine, 11 Ukraine drone targeted Russia's capital. I think this is older news. I already know about this. This is 2 days ago, so I knew about that. All right, I'm done this video. And I just wanted to come on and do a video. I'm trying to, I thought it was a cool opportunity for me to come on in the evening and share some hope, share my hope in the Lord. And I see a lot of things that are happening right now. Geopolitically, the world is changing. And what I think here is there's a lot of speculation that we are headed for some type of power outage or a continued cyber, with the increase of cyber, with the artificial intelligence, supercomputers. A lot of the countries at war are weaponizing, and a lot of the infrastructure in the United States, around the world, even here in Canada, everywhere, the computers, for an example, hospitals, operations, it's more of an outdated equipment. You have to update your equipment like every 24 hours when it comes to cyber. And that's where it leaves it vulnerable for the latest attacks against infrastructure. And that's why I monitor this stuff. And it's always good to definitely be prepared, first of all, spiritually. And if you have an opportunity to put a little bit aside, rather than having all of your eggs in one basket. And that was the other one that's happening with the banks, is there's there's a few things happening right now. But for an example, here's in Greece, 50,000 in foreclosures is expected to be enforced by Greece this year. So banks, as well as institutions, property, and everything is being stressed right now. And now is definitely the time. Prepare on your foundation. And I think I'm done this video. So thanks for everyone who showed up. I thought I'd do a quick live. I prayed about it, and I thought, why not just come and read the news, see if I can encourage a few people online. I had a few people show up, and that's it. Thanks for everyone who watched, and that's it. So thanks a lot. If you're watching the restream, let me know in the comments if you want me to continue doing updates, and that's it. So may the Lord bless you, keep you strong in the faith, and remember, Brother John loves you.